What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Steven back again with another reaction video. Right now I'm about to be checking out Joe Biden, 17 minutes of Joe's melting brain. Now I already know about this like meme or like this like little thing the people are trying to do. They're trying to say Joe Biden's old. I heard Joe Rogan talk about this dude getting like Alzheimer's or something and like he can't remember anything. Look, dude, this dude looks 1,000 years old. I don't know how old he is exactly, but he's really old. His brain probably is melting. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, I don't know. I think there should be an age. I know how they have an age limit of you being 35 to be president. I think they should have an age limit, where they like cut you out, bro. Like once you pass like 80, bro, like no, you can't be president, bro. You too old, bro. But yeah, I'm about to check out this video. I have no political affiliation, so I don't want nobody getting butthurt. Let's make it peaceful video. And if you do get butthurt, then I'm not gonna comment anything to you. So I'm gonna tell you right now, fuck you. Get into the video.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm running for President of the United States. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other person. I just spoke at Dartmouth on health care at the medical school, or not. I guess I wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at the. I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus. I want to thank Rich Fitzgerald, the county executive, Allegheny County executive, for being here. And I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly.
It's like a little bit of slurred speech, but nothing bad.
The president asked me to head up a cancer moonshot.
President Biden, just to be clear, would you or would you not rejoin the TPP, yes or no?
I would not rejoin the TTP as it was initially put forward. Guatemala, El Salvador, and
hey, Guatemala.
To win and say in Honduras and say, look, I know
I'm
called middle class, Joe. It's not meant as a compliment. Means I'm not sophisticated. Let it go. And there's an area where there's an important difference between the candidates. I'm running. The country wasn't built
I'm
by
seeing
Wall
kind of a
Street
little like
bankers, CEOs,
repeated words,
and hedge fund managers.
slurred speech. Nothing. He's still a very smart man.
The price
He knows a lot.
Whatever the drug costs are.
Seems like a good guy.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth, $1.4 trillion worth, out of $1.4 trillion. It's hard to even say.
I wonder how he's gonna become November time.
It costs a lot of money. It costs about
he's gotta bring out the guns and go against the boss.
Over 10 years. Every single solitary
CV
person
has
qualified in community college, increasing the number of 6 to 9 million people. If you like your employer-based policy, you can keep that policy. If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330 and help me in this fight. If you want to be part of this campaign, pick up your phone. Pick up your phone now. Send a text to the word United. To the number 30330 or 303-330 or BOO. Wait. You got it. It's on the back there. Now he's feeling the pressure of an economy that's teetering on a recession. To say that LGBTQT people have no rights.
QT.
And immediately changed the law in the state of Delaware protecting transgender people. I took on Putin in terms of Iraq. In terms of
Iraq.
What was going on in Ukraine.
My
long friend, friend, and she's a friend who have or in fact
I dig those aviators.
like to get
Those are cool.
Alzheimer's. Because think of what's been adopted. Milton Friedman's notion that the only obligation
Milton Friedman
changed with our Republican friends in the late 80s. When they adopted Milton Friedman's notion that the only obligation...
Milton Friedman. I don't know who he's trying to say. I don't know who this guy is.
You're in a circumstance where we've adopted Milton Friedman's notion, the conservative economist.
Huh?
Now, if in fact you are in a position... What was the case? You worked for Jimmy... That's why we're so special. It took courage. It took resilience. They know who we are. We have to let them know who we are. We can do it, and it's going to take billions of dollars to do it. And we can afford to do it. We can't afford not to do it. Cut in half the number uninsured of the Asian American Pacific Islander community. Cut in half. Don't worry, I'm so serious. children, I love to hear them. But President Trump and the demagogues around the world.
You call him never.
But if
President Trump.
Donald Trump is reelected, so people are figuring
Tomahawk.
there's not a damn thing we can do that we set our mind to that we can't get done. The single most stressed I was asked to speak to the American Psychiatric Association, to go over to the University of London and speak to the World Psychiatric Association. It's interesting. I just spoke to the International Society of Psychiatric, the International Organization of Psychiatrists. I forget the full name.
That threw me off. I didn't know what he said there.
Because this is not a Republican talking point. The Republicans are trying to kill Obamacare. Union workers, the UAW took incredible cuts in their future. Now we have $1.6 trillion worth of loopholes in the law. I wasn't the press going to say I'm downgrading him by calling him Senator Booker. The fact is that the bills that the future president here, that the senator is talking about, and I was the one that suggested to the President Obama, I don't want to confuse presidents here. Look, we provide a Medicare option. That's exactly what Brock and I talked about in the beginning.
Couldn't get it through, though.
So I couldn't tell anybody but Barack. He's one of my closest friends. Invaded another country and annexed a significant portion of it called Crimea. Right. He's saying that it was President, my boss,
whatever his face's name is.
I got assault weapons banned.
Yeah, this is kind of repeating.
Authorized because of hanging chads in Florida. The idea that
I'm gonna skip a little ahead. Cause I get what they're trying to do with this video. It's just like his brain is like getting fried. It's a real thing, man. It's gonna kill him come election time.
Deliberately and completely ignoring the legitimate authority to come. No matter how good and decent they are. Now, if you're poor, you cannot do it.
Because it's like the same thing, bro.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. We can speak.
Poor kids are just as talented as white kids. I saw that on Twitter.
No, but I mean, it's not about. I know you're supporting by saying booing, but look, here's the deal. You don't have here in Miami, in Florida. You don't have it here, and that is if you keep an audience. That's why I'll end the gag rule, the global gag rule that prevents money from getting to NGOs. In terms of the Ku Klux Klan and white supremacy. And if we give Donald Trump 4 more years, we'll have a great deal of difficulty, if ever, being able to. I looked at it anyway. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does. Such as de-escalation studies have marked. Excuse me. There have been de-escalation studies. The reason I did what I'm doing is because there's a invasion of most powerful military in the history of the world. That's not hyperbole. Which we as a society talk about one another. The way we've always been. Look, my wife, who is a teacher, she's teaching now. She's back in the classroom at a community college where she teaches in Northern Virginia. Things changed. You had over 40 kids shot at Kent State on a beautiful lawn by the National Guard. There are a whole lot of things, and guess what? America didn't live up to that promise for most of the people at the time. The people of color, for women. Farm ownership and cooperating loan and operating loans. I remember sometimes when my dad was restless, my mom would say, because our rooms are next to one another, I'd say, the next morning, what's wrong? She said, your dad can't sleep. He's just staring at the ceiling thinking, what happens? We have to start rewarding work, not just wealth. The first speech stood up. The former chancellor of Germany stands up. She says, we have to go it alone. International leaders spoke about it. You had people like you had people like the former chairman and leader of the party in Germany. You had Angela Merkel stand up and say...
That's going to be the end of the video. I'm cutting it short, bro. This turned into like a cringe compilation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you really think this Joe Biden's brains melting is really bad, I think it is. This is not a good look. This is propaganda shit I just saw. But, keep your mind open. Just keep the glass. And now I'm talking like Joe Biden, I was watching the video, now I can't even say words. I don't even know what I'm going to say. Stop listening to me. It's your boy, Steven. Back again for another video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.